But you know what? They're not coming back up.
At the top?
But then they may not be in the right order.
Oh, right.
You got again? They can get that, they have that.
Good evening. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today's update is really going to be about fatalities and some identifications. So we have we have a total of 17 fatalities now. That's our count. That's in Sonoma County. I have 10 names for you. I'll read them off. They're going to be posted on our Facebook page in about 15 minutes. You'll have spellings and everything else. Carol Collins Swayze, 76 years old, from Santa Rosa. Lynn Anderson Powell, 72 years old, from Santa Rosa. Arthur Tasman Grant, 95 years old, from Santa Rosa. Suiko Grant, 75 years old, from Santa Rosa. Donna Mae Halber, 80 years old, from Larkfield. Leroy Peter Halber, 80 years old, from Larkfield. Valerie Lynn Evans, 75 years old, from Santa Rosa. Carmen Caldenti Bariz, 75 years old, from Apple Valley, California. She was here vacationing in Santa Rosa with her family. Michael John Dornbach, 57 years old, from Calistoga, California. And Veronica Elizabeth McCombs, 67 years old, from Santa Rosa. Our hearts and thoughts go with their friends and family. Currently, we have 1,100 missing persons reports. 745 of them, roughly, have been located safe. So we're whittling that list down. Again, communication issues. We're getting through it. We still have 400 outstanding. We are going to continue to do what I mentioned this morning is target searches. We're working the missing persons list. We'll go to specific houses, keep looking for people as part of our recovery search. As the area cools and it's safer to go in, we'll start doing more broader searches. I want to reiterate the importance of calling 707-565-3856 to, one, report people missing, but two, please report them not missing when you find them, because we're using resources to find them. So keep us informed with how that's working out. Again, the names that I just read will be posted on Facebook in 15 minutes, this information I just gave you, and that's what I have for this evening, and I'm happy to answer questions.
Sure. Were the recent or the fatalities announced today, were they found during search and rescue operations that started this morning, or how were these fatalities found?
I'm not sure if they were found in this morning's for the last couple of days, but this is the list we have identified of the 17.
And Sheriff, is it too early to talk about cause of death, whether it's from inhalation or fire, blaze?
Yeah, I actually don't know. They may know some of these. I don't know some of those.
What are the commonalities between the dead, if any?
Well, the youngest person on this list is 57 years old. The bulk of them are in their 70s and 80s. So there is that commonality. Other questions?
In terms of geography, can you give us an idea of where they were found?
Santa Rosa, Larkfield, really the Santa Rosa, Larkfield area.
Most of them in their houses?
Actually, there were some in the houses, majority of them. One was found next to a vehicle.
that say to you in terms of, were they not aware of the fire coming? Were they asleep in their beds? Were they trying to get out? Got overwhelmed?
Yeah, so hard to say with what I know. Just sad.
Were these people found when you were searching for people, or were they just come across them during your?
No, so the bulk were found in targeted searches because people either called and gave us enough information that we felt we needed to go look for them, or they called and reported them missing, and we tracked the circumstances backwards enough to where we realized we now had to go look for them. And again, that it had to be cool. We had to be able to get into the spot. I will tell you, there were in the last couple of days there was enough evidence to go look in a house for someone, but we couldn't get near it because it was too hot. So we literally thought we might have someone in there, but had to wait for the house to cool. So that's how we were handling that. So these were mostly done for one reason or another. We were sent to that house to find somebody, and that's how we got them.
And how many more searches like that?
How many more searches?
Of that type?
Well, we got 400 missing persons to go through. So unless we find them outside, we'll go find them that way, and then ultimately we will search everywhere.
Sheriff, earlier in the week you announced what number of fatalities there was, but one body had not yet to be recovered. Of the 17 fatalities known today, have all bodies been recovered?
Yeah, so that one was one I was speaking of that was too hot to get into. And my understanding is they've all been recovered. I'll clarify that by saying they're out working right now, so they might have located another, and I don't know about that.
So I'm sorry, so you have 17 dead in Sonoma County, and have you just, I lost count there, have you just identified them all, or there's still people that were have IDs that are pending?
No, I've identified 10 of the 17 fatalities. The other 7 have not been identified yet.
Can you talk a little bit about the timeline, the difficulty, the nature of this?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, in a case like this, we have some of these remains are actually intact bodies. Much easier to identify, much easier to get things from. Some of them are merely ashes and bones, and we may never get truly confirmative identification on ashes. Cremated, you can't get ID. We were able to get identification in some of those cases by medical devices. So a hip implant, for example, has a serial number on it. So when you find the ashes and the hip implant, you can use a serial number to identify the person. So we actually did that in this case. 2 of the identifications were done by medical devices or implants. 2 were done through dental records. 1 was done through distinct tattoos. Others were by fingerprints, visually, and ID through investigation. So they had to combine what the family told us about where they live, where they went. Maybe we got some fingerprints with it and the circumstance that led to it. We've been forced to work that direction because we may not have enough information to identify people because of the fire and the severity of the burn.
Sheriff, when you say identified people through medical devices, dental records, are these include the 10 people identified today?
I'm speaking directly of the 10 people identified today. Yeah, that's how we got to those places.
Can you talk about the search process and what the current challenges are for you guys?
Today, the current challenge was just safety and getting to the right spot. It sounds like that area is cooling off a little bit. We'll expand a little more. So then it's just a matter of following up on each person and putting the search teams in the field. So we're going to make good progress tomorrow, assuming we don't have a safety issue in the fire, right? The safety issue is still a really big deal. So if it's like today, we'll make more progress tomorrow.
The area that you're referring to is just the Bennett Ridge area?
No, this from this list, most of these people are from the Larkfield, Santa Rosa area.
Are looters of a concern for you guys at this point?
So the looter front is really good. We made 2 arrests last night. We've had a few calls here and there of people in areas they're not supposed to be, and a few that we suspect were doing things they weren't supposed to do. But for the most part, it has not been a problem for us. It's been very, very, very controlled.
Are all these 17 fatalities, can you say if they're from the Tub Fire or any other fires in the county?
I'm not sure, but from the looks of their addresses, my suspicion is that's that fire. All right, well, thank you for coming. We'll be back again at 1 p.m. tomorrow and 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Yeah, cut to 9 a.m.